everyone, this recording is a tutorial on how you will use the Classroom Diagnostic online assessment. You will be using this system a few times throughout the year, and there are some really great tools, so make sure that you pay attention and you watch the entire tutorial. Okay, so to get started, for those of you who have Chromebooks, you probably have already seen this PA online assessment icon on your desktop. This is where you are going to need to click in order to log into the online assessment. For those of you who do not have this already, you can contact technical support so they can get it set up on your computer. Some of you who have desktops may not have this already, but those of you who have Chromebooks should already have this icon. Okay, I'm going to play the tutorial so you know how to log in, and then we are going to skip over to the online tools.
Or teacher to select either the online tools training or the test sign-in option. Double check to make sure the title and icon match what you have been directed to select.
You are going to choose the Classroom Diagnostic Tools, and then you're going to choose the test sign-in whenever you go to complete your test. You will be completing a reading and a math test, so depending on which one you're going to take that day, you'll choose that after you log in on the login screen.
Directed to select an online tools training option, there are additional options from which to choose. Each will provide you with the opportunity to practice with the tools and features for a specific online test. When you select one of these options for the online tools training, the sign-in window opens. If you are directed to select test sign-in instead of the online tools training,
Okay everyone, so this is where you are going to enter your username and password, and your username and password will be provided to you in a different email, either coming from your teacher or the principal. Okay, so you're probably going to be getting some further instructions if you have not yet received them. So this is where you will enter your username and password, and just like the tutorial stated, depending on which test you're going to take, either the reading or the math, you'll choose that prior to your sign-in. Okay, I'm going to skip back to the main menu so I can show you some of the math tools that you will use. So whenever you go to take your math test, this is really, really important. There are going to be some really cool tools that you can use right within the actual test. So that would be like a calculator, there's a graphing tool, there's also a ruler, and there is a protractor and a measure. There's also a formula sheet, and there are icons at the top of the screen, and we're just going to go through each of those in the tutorial, so make sure that you pay attention so you know where to find those when you go to take the test. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to play the tutorial for math, and these are the testing basics for mathematics and geometry. You may or may not be taking geometry. Most of you are probably just taking the math. So I'm going to go ahead and play that.
The question screen shows the subject, the question number, and your name. When responding to a question, first read the question carefully and then review any pictures or charts. There are tools above and below the test question to help you complete your online test. The pointer tool is just like a mouse pointer. Use it to select other tools, move boxes, select answers, and perform other actions. You can also use the Tab key on your keyboard to move between tools, and then use the Enter key to select the tool. For some tools, the Escape key will close the tool. Use the Cross-Off tool to eliminate an answer choice that you believe is not correct. Note, in order to answer the question, you must select one of the answer choices using the pointer tool. Use the highlighter tool to highlight important information. You can highlight most text and graphics within a test question. Remove all highlighting by selecting Clear All from the menu. Use the sticky note tool to type notes you can use for future reference. You can have more than one sticky note, and you can reposition, close, hide, show, reopen, and delete them. Use the magnifier tool to increase the size of the image on your screen. You have two magnification levels to choose from. Use the scroll bars or your pointer to move around the screen. To close the magnifier tool, press the Escape key or select the magnifier tool and then select Off. Use the Line Guide tool to help you track a single line of text. Use the handle on the right side to drag the line guide. To close the line guide, select the tool again. You must select an answer before moving on to the next question. When you have answered a question, the Next button will change from gray to black. When you select the Next button, a confirmation screen will open to remind you that once you move to the next question, you cannot go back to the previous question. Select Return to Question if you want to go back. Otherwise, select Next Question to go on. If you do not want to see this screen after each question, check the box at the bottom before you select Next Question. Remember, you cannot go back to any previous question once you have moved on to the next question. You can pause your test by selecting the Pause button at the bottom of your screen. A test can only be paused for up to 20 minutes. You must select the Resume button before the clock counts down to 0. You also have access to certain advanced tools that will help you to respond to the test questions. More information about advanced tools can be found by watching the Advanced Tools tutorial videos.
Okay, everyone, so we're going to go ahead now and we are going to watch those advanced tools so you know exactly which tools you have available to you. Just some notes from the tutorial. Please make sure that before you complete the assessment, when you're getting ready to complete it, that you know that you can only pause it for 20 minutes. Okay, you don't want that timer to get all the way down to 0, or I fear that you're going to have to take it over again. So just make sure that you, do not pause it for more than 20 minutes. Okay. All right, everyone, so we are going to now watch the online tools just to get a closer look at the tools that are available to you whenever you're completing these assessments.
It is important to become familiar with the tools and features of online assessment before testing day. The Online Tools Training Program is designed to give you an opportunity to explore an online assessment, to practice using the tools and features of online assessments, and to respond to sample test questions. To begin exploring the Online Tools training, select the Pennsylvania Online Assessments icon on your computer desktop.
Okay, everyone, so whenever you go to log in, you can do the tools training if you would like to. We are actually going to skip ahead and we are going to just take a closer look at some of these tools so we don't have to go through that whole tutorial. You can do it on your own if you wish, but I just wanted to show you where you could find some of these basic tools like the calculator, the ruler, the protractor, and the formula sheet.
Above the test question is a calculator button. It is available to you during certain portions of the online test. The basic calculator is a 4-function calculator: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It also has the ability to recognize both positive and negative numbers. Use the pointer tool or your keyboard to press the buttons like you would with a physical calculator. The calculator can also be repositioned as needed.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the graphing tool. I noticed that this is only for grades 6, 7, and then Algebra 1, 2, and Geometry. So if you are in grades 3, 4, or 5, you're not going to need this graphing tool.
The graphing tool is available to you during certain portions of the online test. It is designed to graph functions when solved for the y variable and has the ability to give corresponding y values for given x values. Use the orange X button to enter X. The Next button allows up to 6 functions to be entered. Select Graph to view the results. From the graph screen, the pointer can be moved to different values of the x variable. Corresponding y values will be color coordinated with the functions entered. Ask your teacher about having an opportunity to practice using this tool before taking a test by participating in an online tools training.
Okay, that's the graphing tool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ruler.
Above the test question is a Measurement Tools button. It is available to you during certain portions of the online test. Either ruler can be used to measure the length of an object shown on the screen. It can be repositioned as needed. The ruler also has the ability to rotate. Use the pointer tool to select the rotation arrow and drag the ruler to turn it to the desired angle. Close the ruler by selecting the X or hitting the Escape key on your keyboard.
Okay, and the protractor.
Above the test question is a Measurement Tools button. It is available to you during certain portions of the online test. The protractor can be used to measure angles in degrees. It can be repositioned as needed. The protractor also has the ability to rotate. Use the pointer tool to select the rotation arrow and drag the protractor to turn it to the desired angle. Close the protractor by selecting the X or hitting the Escape key on your keyboard.
Okay, everyone, and last but not least, the formula sheet.
A formula sheet is available during the test. It contains information you may need to solve questions. The formula sheet can be repositioned as needed, and you can have other tools, such as the calculator, open at the same time. You can access the formula sheet at any time during your test.
Okay, everyone, so this concludes the math tools that you have available to you when you go to log in and complete your math diagnostic assessment. The first time you complete this assessment, it's more than likely going to be your pre-test. So just remember that you're starting the year and you may not know everything on the test, and you're not expected to because it's your pre-test. So just keep that in mind. Try your best. Further instructions about logging in, like your username and password, will be provided if not already. And if you do have any questions, please make sure that you contact your teacher. Other than that, have a fantastic day and good luck.